Hello, welcome back to the channel. Look, I've got my matcha latte with coconut. Look how green that is. It looks really green on camera. It's not that green in real life, actually. It's like more pistachio green. Anyway, so today I want to talk about I think I'm addicted to struggle. It's a realization that I felt like I came across last night when I was about to go to sleep. Hello, by the way, everyone. My name's Valourine. I do chatty vlogs and vlogs in general here in Australia, Sydney. There is no specific type of contents that I do. Sometimes I do reviews, etc., etc. So if you want to come and join and hang out and just basically have a good company, come and join us for a little bit. Grab your coffee or your matcha and just hang out for a bit. Anyway, so yesterday I was falling asleep and then I realized like I think I'm definitely addicted to struggle because I've been trying to rest, right? Because it is my philosophy that I know from past experience that when I'm resting and when I am not struggling, when I'm out cold, basically, it's usually when things start to flow in my life. And I think that applies to a lot of things. This observation basically came from when I was sick a lot, like almost every day. I'm still chronically ill, so I can't really do much in my life, mainly because if I overexert myself, I'm just gonna be bedridden for a lot of days and I don't want to do that. So, based on those history and experiences, I realized like when I'm out cold for like 3 4 days, usually I would receive like a big ticket sales item, like earning wise. If you don't know, I'm basically making money online. I do graphic work, I do print on demand work. But right now, my position is they're all drying up, and I don't have the brain capacity to figure out like what to do because I think I spent all my health quota of my health currency trying to develop that business off the ground, and it didn't. It never took like to the sky. It probably just hit like some tall building. The It's metaphorical. Basically, what I'm saying is that for a brief period, it was enough to pay for like everything, um, poverty line, everything. But it is a struggle. So now, like everything is drying up, and I don't have the health stamina to kind of keep up with it. Um, what was I saying? But I feel like so I realized like you know what, I can't just keep striving. I just can't keep like struggling because I don't know like how long my body can keep up with it. But I was trying to just rest and not do anything and trying to not do anything, and it was stressing me out. It was stressing me out. So I have to choose between stressing me out and by not doing anything, or stressing me out by doing something. And I realized like yesterday I thought, oh, I might just start, pick up my routine again, trying to do my YouTube again, trying to do my graphic work again. Even though today, like, I basically received another news that I was like, oh no, um, another source of income is dying. I feel like I basically just received like two sources of income dying. So I was like, oh my God, everything is drying up, like nothing is springing up. And I was like so annoyed. But at the same time, I feel like also in the very different space than I was last year. I felt like last year my financial position was better than this year, but I was freaking out a lot more last year than I was this year. I'm not really sure what's going on, to be honest, because if this happened last year in 2024, I would probably have done something really stupid to do a little bit of like, harm myself and like just berate myself and talk extremely negatively to myself, possibly probably like verbally abuse myself like to the point where I would probably be really stressed out. But anyway, back to the point of I think I'm addicted to struggle, right? Because yesterday I was trying not to do anything like for the whole. I'm trying to do very minimum work. that's basically what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to have like every day at least I would have every week I would like to have at least 3 to 4 days where I'm not doing anything besides just surviving. Like, just basically making sure that I take a shower and basically I eat and basic life maintenance of the suit meat of the meat suit. And that takes a lot of energy. If you don't know, I'm neurodivergent and I can only do one thing: either I work or I study or I try to make sure that my body is staying alive. So the concentration for the past decade or so is basically just trying to make sure that the meat suit is alive and healthy. That means it's sacrificing everything else like employment, and because I couldn't do it and anyway, because my body wasn't healthy. But anyway, so I was saying to myself yesterday, you know what, I think I'm too stressed out not doing anything because I can't relax because I'm stressing out that I'm not doing anything, and I'm seeing all this earnings, all the sources of income sources drying up, and I'm like, we can't do nothing because I think like that would be too stressed out for my brain. My brain is basically the adult, right? Like in the whole trifecta of mind, body, spirit. Like my brain is basically the ego that is trying to, it's a survival nagging voice in my head. It's like, you're not doing anything and like you are complaining that your earnings are drying up. Like, of course you are stressing out. So I basically had to choose between stress out, not doing anything, or trying to get to a restful state where I can actually follow my own theory of like, money will come to me when I'm really get out of the way, when I'm really resting, when I'm really restful. But I couldn't rest. So I decided to go back to being stressed by having artificial goals for myself. So, and then I realized like I think I'm addicted to struggle because that feels very familiar, even though as soon as I commit to that particular direction, it felt really heavy. It felt like I was so stressed out because now I basically just created a deadline for myself again to do. It's basically the same like last year when I committed to do 5 days of videos a week for the whole year. If you don't know, I did like my documentation because last year I turned 40 years old. So I decided to do like a whole year where I posted vlogs for 5 days a week and for the whole year, and it's in the playlist below in the description box. If you want to check it out, you can. It will help me out a lot. So I felt like that was like me setting up a goal, like an artificial goal for myself to meet, and I was so burnt out by the end of it. So even though I tried to recover in January, for example, it was really difficult, and I feel like I'm not recovered. I can't relax, and I think drinking matcha is probably not helpful because like the increasing amount of caffeine in here. But I think, and then now I wake up, I have a set of lists to do, and without actually having any kind of inclination or indication that uh, any of my hard work will pay off. So this time I can't really complain, right? Like if I do my hard work and it doesn't pay off, I can't complain because I know it doesn't pay off. I've tried it last year. So I think that's my conclusion by the end of all this interaction that's going on in my head and all the activities that is happening with me. Is basically I concluded that I am addicted to stress. Even though I know this is not working, I can't do nothing. I can't just sit and not do or attempt at doing nothing because my brain won't allow me, because I feel like, hey, I don't have any control over whether I'm successful or not. So I'm just going to attempt to put some effort in, and at least I can tell my brain that I put some effort in, and my brain can't scold me for failing because I have put the effort in and it's not my fault that I'm failing. Anyway, that's what's going on in my brain. It's feels very odd to share you with this, but I feel like I'm addicted to struggle because today, as soon as I woke up, I basically just created a whole to do list for me to do. While yesterday, when I woke up, I didn't have any to do list in my brain. Even though I was a little bit stressed and I wasn't restful, I wasn't as stressed out as I am now. I feel now I'm really stressed because now I feel I have to meet a goal, I have to meet a deadline that I basically created for myself. Do you guys do this? I feel like we all do this, but maybe it's just me. But yeah, I guess I just want to spend my anxious energy to at least some kind of possibilities and opportunities that possibly could get me somewhere, even though it might not get me anywhere. But that this is just me being optimistic, I suppose. Being addicted to struggle means that I'm being optimistic because maybe somewhere deep down in my brain, I believe that struggling will lead me to um, a winning position. It's probably a false belief. But hey, at least we are trying. Anyway, that's just me. I just want to share that with you. That's it for today. Not gonna be too long. Anyway, just a reminder: ING Australia is giving away $125 bonus cash for new customers, and you can check out the links and terms and conditions in the description box below. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.